Of starting to do some more here in the green room. We are getting ready now for Mommy Monday straight from here. And we are talking about sleep.
Yeah, sleep.
Because it's so important, it's so integral, but unfortunately our sleep hygiene, and especially for women in particular, midlife, we got to do a little bit of a check right now because it can escape us, especially when kids are involved as well.
Yeah, instead of tossing and turning or trying to get your thoughts to stop racing, you can listen to some expert advice and start sleeping better tonight.
That's right. Let's welcome registered nurse, and we have Kristen Reed. You may recognize her. She's been on Great Day at 9 a before. She's also on Mommyhood Unscripted routinely. Kristen, thank you so much for coming on today.
Hello, Nicole and Scott. Thank you so much for having me back.
All right, what's the first thing? I'm staring at the ceiling. I'm looking at the clock. I'm not getting any sleep. Kristen, can you help me?
I sure can, Scott. So first of all, I want to say it's just about picking one habit that we'll talk about, not overhauling our entire nightly routine. So first, I want to start with an easy 3-2-1 that we can all do. 3 hours before bed, we want to stop eating. When our insulin is high, our melatonin goes away and hides. So we don't want to be eating right up until bedtime. 2 hours before bedtime, we want to try to turn off screens, which I'll dive into in a minute. And 1 hour before bedtime, we want to practice some kind of mindfulness, some sort of stillness activity to help wind us down into that parasympathetic rest and digest mode. All right, so first, Scott, here we go. Number 1, pick a nightly cue. One small, consistent habit that can tell our brain it's time for rest. This is our signal. This consistent trigger can really help maintain a regular sleep and wake time. And sleep regularity is actually being shown by studies to be just as, if not more important than the quantity, okay? So what this looks like is maybe dimming the lights at a certain hour. You take your magnesium glycinate, you turn on a yoga nidra meditation in the background while you're kind of brushing your teeth and doing that. Science shows that just something like dimming the lights, that light factor, can help boost our melatonin by up to 50%. So these are small changes that have massive results. One thing that I love here with picking a nightly cue is aromatherapy anchoring. The idea of smell is very powerful. So something like lavender kind of cues our system like, okay, we're smelling this, it's time for bed.
Wow. And
number 2, yeah, go ahead.
Really quick question with the aromatherapy, with the lavender. Is that something do you put on your wrist and you inhale, or in your palm, or underneath your nose? How do you apply it?
Yeah, I do wrists, and I just kind of smell it, and I do it as part of my yoga nidra in the background, and I kind of have it as I'm washing my face, as I'm doing things. So it's not about, you have to sit still and do, Zen things for an hour, because let's be real, especially as busy moms, we don't have time for that. So yeah, wrists is what I do.
Okay.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that's a really good tip there. All right, and then you were talking about...
That's very powerful.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So it's all about slowing down, and then you brought up the screens. Can you go into the screens off?
We've all got these little things, right, that are haunting us, right? So number 2 is set a screen off time, okay? Instead of stressing about going cold turkey with being off your screens, because we all know they're not the greatest for us, start small and pair it with some calming routine. So what this looks like is the 3-2-1. I said, ideally in a perfect world, we're turning them off about 2 hours before bed. But remember, every little bit counts. This is what I call your magic middle. Even if you could turn them off 30 minutes, 60 minutes before bed, that can make a big difference. Harvard study showed that we can suppress melatonin up to 80% by having that blue light and the stimulation from our devices. So something we all know, but really something to be trying to work towards. A tip here for setting our screen off time is, if you have to be on your phone, tablet, computer, put it in grayscale mode. That decreases the color stimulation, so it helps to minimize the fun that it is to keep scrolling.
Kristen, we only have about a minute left, but we want to talk about mindfulness. Does it have to be meditation for an hour, or can it be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20?
No, not at all. And mindfulness, every little bit counts. Do a 5-minute journal, do a 3 bullet point brain dump for the next day. Do some breath work. 4-7-8 breath work is great for shifting us from fight or flight, go, go, go all day, to that rest and digest. So breathe in for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8, simple little habits.
All right, and you also talk about don't beat yourself up shooting for a perfect 8 hours of sleep. If you aren't there yet, focus on 10 minutes of nervous system care before bed. Kristen, for more information on these tips and your wellness, on Nursing Your Way to Wellness, where can we find you?
Yeah, so on the internet, nursingyourwaytowellness.com, social media, Nursing Your Way to Wellness, and you can always book a free consultation call. I'm always happy to help and chat all things sleep, hormones, health, and beyond.
Yeah, we want to get those cortisol levels down for all the mamas out there,
Yes.
right?
I am so not exhausted from this interview. Thank you so much, Kristen.
Happy sleep tonight, Scott.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Thank you so much, Kristen. And if you scan this QR code there on your screen, this is how you can find our amazing archive of episodes of Mommyhood Unscripted so far. You'll find Kristen on there as well, so you can listen in on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you get your podcasts.